It was all smiles for the Junior Tigress. Tigress, of course, our star girl, Idubamo Beggi, pulled all the stops on the continent to power Nigeria to the final of the 2024 FIBA Under 18 Women's Afrobasket today in South Africa. Now, the irrepressible ball handler scored to lead to score the game-high 23 points to lead the Junior Tigress to 71-67 victory over their Ugandan opponent in their last semi-final of the championship. Now, the Nigerian ladies led in all the first 3 quarters of the match, while the Ugandans' late rally lead of 13-10 in the final period was not enough. Now, aside Beggi's inspirational play, rebounding monster Abigail Isaac cleaned the boards on a game-high 14 occasions to aid the Nigerian team to the win. Now, the hard-fought victory into the final of the South African competition comes with a FIBA Under 19 Women's World Cup ticket in Czech Republic. Of course, Nigeria will play Mali for a place to win the competition or the Afrobasket Under 18 Championships come Saturday. Now, joining us is a basketball expert and media manager of the Rivers Hoopers Basketball Club. But she's been following up, of course, the tournament since the start of it. I have Queen Moseph joining us this evening from Lagos, Nigeria. Good evening to you, Queen. Welcome to Game On.
Good evening, Favor. Thank you for having me.
It seems they say what the men can do, the women can do even more. And that's the case of the Junior Tigress. Despite the challenges they faced from the beginning of the tournament, at a point in time, you know, the issue of flu, and now they are in the finals of the Women's Under 18 Afrobasket. What do you make of this, and how much of positives is this for Nigeria as a whole?
Quite a great achievement for the girls. This is the second time in history they are making it to the finals of this particular competition. The only time these girls go through, not the set of girls, but the Junior Tigress got through to the finals was way back in 2010. That's 14 years ago. And at that particular point in that game, they even lost to Egypt in that final, and they settled for a silver medal. So after 14 years, getting to another final is huge, is remarkable. Interesting fact is that the quarterfinal and also the semi-final games were against teams they had lost to in the group stage. They lost the opening game to Egypt in the first game, lost to Uganda in the third game. That's the last group stage game, which a lot of us felt that that game should have been won by them. I know it was a difficult game for them, but it was a game they should have won because they started really, really well. So it's an incredible feat for the girls, for this set of girls, making huge a name for themselves on this particular platform. And Under 18, these are the future DTigress we are seeing at the moment. So they've had an incredible run. Not too smooth, it has been bumpy because of the 2 games they lost in the group stage. So they finished as one of the 2 top best placed teams in the competition, because looking at the competition system, 2 top teams from each of the group, and then the third best placed team, 2 of the 3 groups get to go through, of which we took one of the spots. So from a best loser position to now getting to the final, I think is a remarkable feat. It's something Nigerians are really proud of. For the girls. It shows that the girls are doing something great. And you go to the national team, the senior national team, the girls keep getting us trophies and titles and making us proud. I'm not shading the guys anyway, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. The DTigress have really been great for us in the last, let's say 7 years, since 2017. They've ruled Africa, and they still rule Africa, and now taking it to the world stage. The Junior Tigress now are not taking that step, and it goes to show that there is something good that the girls are doing, of which maybe the boys need to just take a leaf from, and then just borrow a leaf from the girls and see what they can achieve.
Well, and Queen, I agree with you absolutely. The girls, not just in basketball, of late, our women have been the ones bailing us out. So we thank you for bailing us out, and we urge you to continue, please. Keep bailing us out. But I want to ask you, how optimistic are you that these girls can go one step further, that is to emerge champions against Mali? How do you rate their chances against Mali in the final? And then how would you want them to be prepared for the Under-19 World Cup in Czech Republic next year. Do you think we should strengthen this team? Do we get backup for these girls, or do you think they are good to go as they are and just get them adequately prepared?
I think they are good to go. It's a youth competition, not like the senior national team, where we know that we are going for the World Cup, Olympics, and all of that. It's a cadet competition, and what is it for? It's for you to showcase your talent, to see the next generation of the national team, to see the next generation of athletes, of players who will do us proud, who will go on the world stage and then shake the world stage. So I think I'm confident in these girls, this set of girls that we brought up. What we need to do more is now to give them proper training, preparation ahead of the 2025 World Cup. Some of these girls are from club side right here in Nigeria, like Idubamo Beggi, the Bayelsa. She plays for MFM basketball. Emba Wado, the captain of the side, plays for MFM basketball. So some of these players play in our local league. And it still goes down to the fact that our local league is not strong enough structurally. We still have challenges around the league, even though we've had the first phase of the league 2 weeks ago. We're looking forward to the next phase in 2 weeks' time or thereabouts. So, but we still need them to have a lot of playing time. It's the next generation of players. So I don't think we should start sourcing for players from left-hand side of the world to see how we can book. I know it's good enough if we want to do with the quality we have, the quality that Beggi has shown, the quality that Isaac, Abigail has shown, the quality like Temi has shown. A lot of these girls, many of us don't know about them. Few of them, I watch them in the league because it's not just the first time they are playing, like Emba Wado plays for the MFM basketball. She has even represented Nigeria at the 3-on-3 competition. So these are players, some of them are just getting known with this platform. Some of them have been on the local scene and now trying to make a name for themselves in the national team or in the international stage. So I think we should let them flourish. Allow them express themselves, allow them to see what we can do, what we can get from the World Cup. So, but I think it will now be down to preparation, what the federation will be able to prepare them or how they'll be able to prepare them early enough, and also prepare them well. And your question about can they go one step further playing against Mali? That game is going to be really, really tough. It's a tough game, no doubt about it. We are facing the 8-time champions. We've never won this competition before. Mali are one of those countries in Africa that take their youth competition really seriously. It's like they take it as their own. Unlike Nigeria, we don't take our youth competition so serious. We don't take it so serious. Few times or few years we might make appearance. Some years we don't make appearance and all of that. Some years we make appearance and we don't go far. But Mali, Senegal, they try to make it count whenever they go for this kind of competition, especially Mali. And that was why when our boys team played yesterday, I knew that game was not going to be really smooth for the guys. It was going to be really tough. So if you want to get out there and pick that game, then you need to play better than your best when you're going out there. So against Mali is going to be really tough. And they have the size over us. History is working in their favor. They are favorites because of how well they've gone in this competition. They rattled Cameroon in the semi-final. So they're riding in confidence going into that final. For us, we want to make history for ourselves. If we get on to win that final, it will be our very first medal or very first title at the Under-18 Afrobasket. But can we go all the way to the world stage to see what we can do? Yes, we can't rule them out because one thing about international competitions is that your group stage, the pairing has to favor you at first. So when you have a good prepare well as well, then you can focus on the team you are going to focus on.
Queen, good evening. And for me, when it comes to team sports, not just basketball, I think the bedrock for the success of the players is their understanding and interpretation of coaching, in my own opinion. So I want you to give us a bit of an insight to how important Coach Juliana has been to this team. And in your own opinion, from your experience with basketball in Nigeria, do you think that the DTigress have a realistic opportunity or a realistic pathway into getting into the senior team? I'm talking about our DTigress.
Yes, they do. They actually do. With what Beggi, Idubamo Beggi, has, I keep calling her name because she's like the focal point in that team. She's like the go-to girl in that DTigress team right now. Not to forget Isaac, Abigail, who is that defensive focal point as well. They have a huge chance of making the DTigress, but it all goes down on the federation now to make that transition. These are under 18. And then for the national team, we see 20-year-olds, we see girls in their 20s, early 20s, mid-20s. So in a couple of years, in 2 years' time, like we have the Afrobasket women coming up next year, what stops a player like Idubamo Beggi making the team? She might not make the team now. It all depends on the form, the current form of the players of her position. You know, it's always by position when it comes to basketball. She's a guard. So who are the guards we have in the international scene for the DTigress? Are they already phasing out? And that is where it now comes down to transition, like I've mentioned. Are the federation going to look into this? Not just wait till the likes of Isaac Kalu is aging, when she's completely aging and then she can't give her best anymore. Is that the time we'll now start looking out for point guards here and there? This is the time to pick an Abigail Isaac. This is the time to pick Idubamo Beggi and then bring them into the national team, because after the under 18, it is the national team. So this is now the time to transition them into the national team. So they are good enough to make the team. So they might not be mature enough in terms of professionalism and in terms of age, but we saw let's look at football, we saw the Spanish national team, and we saw how an under 17 or a player who was 17 or 18 years of age was in the national team and did well. I even scored the goal for Spain at the Euros. So, but this is what we need to do and expect from the federation. Transition. You need to transition these girls. These girls cannot just fade away after the under 19 World Cup and then just leave them to start sourcing for clubs or looking for a way to go to Europe. But we need to bring them down to national team. And then don't forget, the national team, the DTigress, some are already aging. Like I mentioned, Isaac Kalu, how old is she now? She's 36 or 35. So in a couple of years, she might not be able to move her legs as fast as we are seeing how aggressive, the aggression, the energy we are seeing from Isaac Kalu. This is now the time for us, for the coaches or Coach Juliana, to work alongside with the federation and see how this girl cannot transition to make Coach Rena. Coach Rena has her own work cut out as well. I hope she's also watching these girls, because these are the generation of DTigress that we should expect.
All right, a very interesting one right there. And we know that we are also looking forward to see our girls get, the trophy or, winning the tournament and, of course, preparing well for the World Cup. I must say a big thank you to you, Queen Moseph, for your quality time. It's been an interesting time talking basketball with you, and keep the flag flying, being the women's representative at the moment. Give us more reason to smile, and while we also work things out with the guys in the studio.
We thank you.
We can come back.
We thank you for all you are doing.
Thank you for everything. Thank you very much.